Namaste and good evening. Welcome to the Selful, a guided journal tutorial. So I've been receiving a lot of questions about different exercises in the journal. So I'm just going to go over a few things with you guys today, get you a little more familiar with starting your journey. So this here is our welcome page. You can go ahead and fill in your name as well as your age and your location. I journal often, so I also like to fill in the year as well. All right, so getting to know me is going to be the first exercise in the journal. So some different questions that we ask in this self-discovery portion is, what brings me joy? How would I describe myself? What am I passionate about? Where does my self-worth come from? What's the top priority in my life right now? What would I do today if there was no tomorrow? What I'd like to be remembered for. Now, these questions definitely can be hard if you have not ever done any self-discovery or shadow work. I definitely wouldn't say that it's a bad idea to leave this page until you get a little deeper in your journey. Maybe start answering some of the daily prompts that I post in the group for self-discovery and shadow work, just to really start digging a little deeper before you answer these questions, because you definitely do not want these to be surface questions. So what brings me joy? So really think about what makes you happy, without a doubt. So for me, that's solitude, which I can also break down to just being in my own company and around my own energy. I feel like I feel like I'm more in control when I am by myself. So portions and bits of solitude are what brings me joy when I really think down to the nitty gritty of my happiness. So I definitely would say, if you don't know how to answer these questions, answer a couple, answer one or two, journal on the topic. When I say journal, free write. Just think about what brings me joy, and don't stop yourself. Just write. Write whatever comes to mind. Write for 5 or 10 minutes, and then go back and read what you wrote. You definitely will be surprised. All right, so that is the Getting to Know Me page. We have our values and our morals. Values and morals are incredibly important to me. So you can definitely do what you will with this page. Any values that you have. So for me, some of my values are balance, stability, fairness, growth, openness, simplicity, courage, grace, optimism. You definitely do not have to write as many things as I did in my values boxes. I actually could have wrote a lot more. I definitely would recommend you explore the 42 Laws of Mayette. I'll do a whole nother video on what that is, but definitely take some time to look it up. But figure out, what is important to you. What lines won't you cross? What things have been handed down to you that you would like to uphold and continue to pass on. So those are the things that you would put inside values and morals. I definitely would say, before you fill out this page, definitely do some journaling, do some research, really figure out what is important to you, and what you won't waver on. Integrity. I watched a video a while back of Nipsey Hussle, and one thing he said is, integrity is what you do when no one is watching, and that's something that has always stuck with me. So simply put, for integrity, I just put what you do when no one is watching. So for creating boundaries, again, this is another page that I wouldn't just sit down and fill out without really utilizing that self-discovery and that shadow work, and really figuring out where I draw the line. That's really what boundaries are. We do have weekly boundaries in this journal, so it doesn't have to be like a heavier exercise like the getting to know me and like the values and the morals, but these definitely are overall boundaries that are lines in the sand that you're not going to cross. So one of my boundaries is I will not put others' needs before my own. So that's a line that I draw in the sand and I'm not wavering on. So you can go ahead and take some time to just figure out, again, both of these pages, what is really important to you and where you stand on issues, on whatever it may be. I am looking to manifest. So what are you looking to manifest? And again, I wouldn't just fill out this page. I would really do some deep thinking to really figure out, this is a 6-month journal. What are the things that you want to be able to manifest at the end of this journey? Whether they be big, whether they be small, whether it be something that you may think that you can't achieve, that you are going to utilize this system to remove blockages, whatever it may be, you will write those things down on this list. So one of the things that I am looking to manifest is moving out of the country. So we got the basics here. We just have this designed page. You can do whatever you like. I like to do a word of the month sometimes, so I was feeling inspired by the boundaries page, so I just wanted to really define what boundaries were. So I got a little washi tape here. I got my definition, my January calendar. So for the calendar, each calendar for each month is blank. You want to go ahead and write in the month, as well as some type of schedule that you want to keep on this page. You can keep up whatever type of schedule you would like, but just some type of schedule. So again, with this journal, you really want to be able to unleash your creativity and your inner child. So you want to use the tape as much as possible. You want to use your color pencils and your pens and your crayons and your markers and your highlighters as much as possible. You want this thing to be extremely colorful. You want to be able to unleash that inner child and let what comes up comes up. So that's how you go ahead and tackle this page. Awareness. So awareness is huge. Awareness is the beginning of the journey to becoming selfful. So when practicing awareness, and you can look up different exercises in order to practice awareness, but practicing awareness is one of the key, and I forget the word I'm looking for. I'll just say areas, is one of the key areas that we really focus on. So when practicing awareness, I definitely like to practice mindfulness. That's something that I like to practice when practicing awareness. So to be mindful is to be present and fully aware. So I decided to take a goal that I have and practice that goal for 21 days to increase my self-awareness. So that goal consisted of meditation, yoga, practicing saying no to myself, and being accountable for my flaws. So obviously I took up a lot of space on this page, so I will have to come back and write down what happened from my 21 days of forming this habit somewhere else. But if you wrote smaller, you can maybe fit that in on the same page here. So monthly goals. I will unlearn. I will learn. I will do more. I will do less. I will give a try. So this page, you definitely want to take some time to really think about the goals that you have long term. Because remember, with this system, we're breaking that long-term goal down into 6 months. So really think about that long-term goal and where you're looking to get to. Now, what things do you have to unlearn in order to get to that goal? One of the things that I need to unlearn to get to my goal is doubt. What do you need to learn in order to get to that goal, or to put you a couple steps closer to that goal? In my case, I need to honor my feelings. What will I do more of? So what is going to help me get to that goal? In my case, it was journaling. What will I do less of? What is stopping me from achieving that goal? Worrying. So what is something that I'll give a try this month? So we definitely want to put in some effort to get to that bigger goal. So I am going to let go of limiting beliefs. Emotions tracker. This emotions tracker, I did not write numbers. The not petals, but the spaces were a little small. You definitely could write your numbers in here, and I will just really quick show you how. If I can find my pen. Alright, so I'll start with this leaf. You don't have to write a number on every space. Some spaces are kind of small, but you want to take alright, so that's 10. I'm going to do this as 11. I'm going to do this as 12. I'm going to do this as 13. So basically you would write in however many days of the month there are. Alright, so that's basically how you would number it. And then every day you would go back and you would color your feelings into these spaces. So let's take 11 for example. Day 11 of January, I was feeling productive. So that's why I colored this in pink. You want to go ahead and take this key. You want to write down whatever feelings that you want to honor this month. You want to take those feelings every day and plug them in to your emotions tracker. Every emotions tracker is not always going to be filled up. You will have other stuff to color in, but that's all a part of the process of tapping into your inner child. So your gratitude log. Every day you want to write down 3 things that you are grateful for on each line. So on the 1st of January, I was grateful for my push through, my support system, and manifesting. I can tell just from reading that it was most likely a rough day for me. But you definitely want to come back, even if you're having a rough day, you want to come back to this page every day and write down something that you are grateful for. Writing down something that you are grateful for is going to maintain the vibration that you have been working so effortlessly every day to build. So when you do your morning rituals, when you do your weekly tasks, when you do your evening rituals, this is kind of one of the last things you would do at the end of the night. Make sure you come back and you are grateful for whatever type of day you had. There is something that happened in the day that you can show gratitude for. I like to take my washi tape and bookmark dog ear, whatever they call it. That's not dog ear, but I guess you can say like bookmark pages that I need to come back to often. So I know these 2 pages I'm going to be hitting every night, and I want to easily be able to find it. So putting the washi tape on the borders of the page definitely makes it easier when flipping through to find. So our weekly tasks, you can write anything in here that you want. So January 4th through the 8th, I would write down the week. What week is this? So if this was the second week, let's say the second week was the 11th through the 15th or something, I would write that down so I can keep up with where I am in the month. So you just write down some things that you want to keep up with weekly. So me, I wanted to keep up with balance, studying, creating, making money, spending time with family, and marketing. I also wanted to keep up with cleaning my cat's litter box and trying to smoke less. So these two spaces you can utilize in whatever way that you would like to. I like to create small habit trackers in these boxes. So basically you just go through, so Monday, I don't know what I meant by putting balance here, but Monday, did I find balance? Did I create balance? Was I balanced? No, I was not, but Tuesday and Wednesday I was. Studying, did I study on Monday? Yes, I did, but I didn't on Tuesday and Thursday. So I really like this system of weekly tracking because I'm able to come back and see, number one, how hard I'm working or not working. And then number two, I'm able to see myself getting closer to my goal in real time. So marketing, I did a great job marketing my business this week. I marketed every day of this week. I cleaned my cat's litter box every day of this week. That's super important to me, and I feel good about getting that done. Our weekly goals. You write down whatever weekly goals you have here. So some of my weekly goals were keeping up with the moon phases and spending time with family. So whatever goals you have, you write those in this space. Weekly boundaries. For our weekly boundaries, you want to come up with an affirmation that you are going to repeat to yourself this whole entire week. For the first week of January, my affirmation was, I am divinely abundant. I love that. All right. So, I'm sorry, I spaced there. Weekly boundaries. One of my weekly boundaries this week was for me to be direct. Another one was to name my limits. Oh, I got some good stuff up in here. I'm going to have to recycle these. And excuse me, I just need to, when you do something good, you got to, reward yourself. This is like reward through highlight. I've been acting a fool on my budget lately, and I've been enjoying it. So I'm definitely not going to highlight sticking to my budget, but I am glad that during January, 3 out of 5 days, I was able to do so. So boundaries. Let's revisit what boundaries are because we wrote that down during the beginning of the week. Boundaries are guidelines, rules, or limits a person creates to identify permissible ways for others to behave towards them. So me naming my limits, and I just keep going back to that one because that resonates with me. A lot of times we may be passive aggressive or we may not stand up for that line that's not to be crossed, which is that boundary. So me naming my limits is I would say my last resort before I cross that boundary. Even having to name my limits is a lot. I should not have to get to that point. But obviously during this week I was struggling. It says no work past 5 p.m. So I could have been having to name my limits with my clients. Who knows? But yes, I appreciate that boundary that I created for myself, and I am going to recycle that. Let's move on to our morning rituals. So what is a morning ritual? What is a ritual? A ritual is something that you do over and over, simply put. A morning ritual is something that you do over and over during the morning. So the whole goal of this system is to achieve a goal. To achieve that goal, we need to raise and maintain a high vibration. That is how you manifest. So for our morning rituals, how are we going to raise our vibration? How are we going to get our energy so high up there that it's not going to come down? Some of the things that I like to do in the morning to raise my vibration are drinking a morning drink, having an herbal bath, lighting a candle, reading, journaling, praying. So how did that work out for me? It looks like I did pretty darn good this month. I was journaling every day. Week. I was journaling every day. I lit my candle every day. I took a herbal bath every day. So these are things that are going to connect us to that higher energy and keep our vibrations high. So we definitely want to create a really strong morning ritual, and it can change week by week, as long as it's serving its purpose, as long as it is raising our vibration. That is our intended goal. Weekly exercise. So we release through sweat. So it's very important that, not for physical health wise, but for spiritual health wise, to sweat, aka exercise. So a couple different ways you can do this. This little list here. So you want to write down some things that you want to do this week as far as exercise. Walking. So it has these little circles right here. You can either like check it off, you can start it like I did, you can put a letter there for like what day you did it, or you can check them off and put the letter down here. Any way that you like to keep track. I would say that these things are something, let me see how many days. You could do like a Monday through Friday or a Monday through Saturday type of thing with these. I like to keep the weekend for reflection and restoration. So I would say go ahead and knock these out during the week, or if the weekend is your time, knock some of those out for your food diary. Nutrition is huge, a huge part of spirituality. At least for me it is. So a little quick guide that I have is less or more of what. So breakfast, you can write more fruit. For lunch, you can write less grease or less fried foods. For dinner, you could write small dinner or less dinner or something. Anything that you would like. At the beginning of January, I was fasting. So I did a big breakfast. I did a raw lunch. I did no dinner. I did no snacks. And I did only water. Coming to the weekend. Almost. Okay. So our evening ritual. Again, we are trying to manifest. We are trying to achieve a goal. We are trying to raise and maintain a high vibration. So we raised our vibration in the morning, checked off our weekly tasks. Come the evening, we want to continue to maintain that high vibration. We don't want things to slump. So what are some things that we can do? I have early set. I don't know why I have only water, but I hit it. That's that fasting. My legs are going numb. Oh. Okay. Unplugging is huge, especially for being able to maintain a high vibration during the evening. Reading, doing yoga. So these are just some things that I like to do in the evening to maintain my high vibration. Sleep check. So Vibrate High is all about preserving energy for better suited tasks. Try pushing for 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. So it's very simple. Sunday, what time did you go to sleep? What time did you wake up? How long did you sleep? So you just want to keep a log because you want to make sure that you're getting at least 7 to 8 hours a night. Oh, I'm sorry. I was sitting on my knee and now I got like a Charlie horse or whatever they call it. All right, so the weekend. So what are your self-care plans? Obviously, we discussed me enjoying my solitude. I really like wine as well. I really love getting in the baths, not having to work. So just write down some things that you are going to make sure you get accomplished for yourself, self-care wise, during the weekend. Weekly reflection. So how was your week? What new things did you try? What did you learn? What did you unlearn? What goals did you achieve? What highlights did you have? What was your energetic vibration? And what goals do you have for next week? So we want to always end off our week on a high note. We are maintaining that high vibration that we spent all week building. So my goal for next week was to vibrate higher. So I didn't feel like I vibrated high enough during the prior week, and I wanted to just vibrate higher. Actually, yeah, my energetic vibration says floating underwater. So that kind of doesn't sound like a good thing to me. So I can see why I said vibrating higher is something that I have a goal for the next week. All right, so then we start over with week 2, and we start with our weekly task. What do we want to get accomplished? So something that I wrote on here is loving on my cat. Purr. So 3 days out the week, I loved on him a little extra. Cleaning. Clean my bathroom, clean my bedroom, clean my kitchen. I fermented vegetables. Again, weekly goals, morning rituals, exercise, evening rituals, sleep check, self-care plans for the weekend, weekly reflection. So that is going to continue for 4 weeks for 6 months. So basically, once we get to the end, it does also have, I can just go to it here. The journal does also have a monthly books that you read. So any books that you have started to read, attempted, almost done with it, I ain't gonna judge you. Go ahead and mark those down here, because knowledge is power. And when you know better, you do better. So we want to make sure that we're constantly, every month, using knowledge to keep our vibration high as well. And I'm sorry, there's the end of the month recap as well. So again, what worked well for you this month? What didn't? What new things did you try? What did you unlearn? What did you learn? What changes were you able to implement? Embrace your feelings. Okay, perfect. I wrote down, a name is the shortest form of a spell. I love that. So basically, at the end of the 6-month journey, you are going to rename yourself. So you came in as who, and you left as who. We will get into that a little further once we get more into the journal, but I just wanted to go through this bad boy really quick with you. I just wanted to be able to, and I know that wasn't quick, but I just wanted to be able to give you a little guidance so that you can go ahead and get started on your journey. If you ever have any problems, you want to post any pages, you want to talk about a facet of your self-discovery or shadow work or your morning or evening rituals, definitely don't hesitate to post. Don't hesitate to email me. Don't hesitate to DM or reach out, because I'm always here for support. All right, so I hope you guys have a blessed evening.